Hello guys, and welcome back to another video of Hearthstone. I wasn't planning on doing this, but the last one got over 100 views, so if you guys are enjoying it, I'm going to make more of that sort of thing. So I decided I would show off my deck that I'm running currently, which is my Druid deck. I've called it the Late Druid because it has quite a lot of late game compared to your average deck, and the basic idea of this deck is the Ancient Watcher Druid, which is an old deck where you play these 4/5s for 2 that can't attack, and then you either give them taunt or you silence them to get a lot of value in the early game, and then you also pack in your late game with some big cards like your Ancient of Law and your Druid of the Claw, of course. So what I thought with Nax coming out was the Nerubian Egg would fit really well in this deck since it has a lot of activators in the form of the Sun Fury and the Defender of Argus, and I guess the Savage Roar kind of, but you tend not to want to use that as much as an activator as a finisher. But I thought I would give this deck a run, and it did quite well. It got me up to rank 5 into the Gold League for the very first time last season. So I thought, you know what, I'll play a bit more of it this season as well. I don't have all the cards, I only have one of the 2 Ancients. I don't have Sylvanas or Cenarius, so I've got Ragnkarn instead. And I put in things like a Nourish instead of an Ancient of Law and stuff like that to try and make up for it. But anyway, I don't want to sit and talk about the deck all day, so let's get into some games.
Malfurion versus Valera.
Looks like it's a rogue. Gonna expect Miracle, could also be Face Rogue, and I guess Trumped it is free to play, so it could be that. So that would be more surprising. So Swipe would be good if it was Face. I won't be keeping the Azure. Would it be good if it was Miracle? Possibly, possibly not. I might throw it since I've got the Sun Fury to try and get one of my early game fins. I could also coin it on free. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to hope it's not Fate, and I'm going to throw it. Did not get one of my taunters. That's a shame, so I probably should have kept it. Oh well. You can see I'm only a measly rank 14. Haven't played much this season. No turn 1 play suggests it is not Face, which is good for me. And the question is, to be honest, maybe I should have coined into the Wild Growth so I could have then Harvest Golemed. Looks like it's Miracle, I'm going to say, because he doesn't have many cards to play. This is pretty good. I can play this. Turn 3, play the Harvest. Turn 4, Sun Fury and possible Wild Growth, possible Hero Power. It's a pretty good curve. Sticking very mana efficient is always good. It's going to be a hard match. It's very difficult to beat in the Miracle Rogue. I'm almost 100% sure it is that now. The big taunters may come in handy if I draw into them. So I'm going to go for the Harvest Golem. Now really the question is, do I want the taunters or do I want the damage and the pressure to his face by silencing my 4/5? It's a tough one. Let's see what he does. If he kills this, 2-1 as a taunt isn't really any use, especially if it's dead, which means I'm going to go for the silence play because he decided my mind for me there. So play him, silence the 4/5, go for Face. Good thing is, 3 damage will not kill the 2/4 in its own. And he used a backstab, which would be a nice way to deal with the 4/5. So it's looking quite good.
My eyes
He's going to heal up. Does he Shadow Step it back? He does not, so I'm going to kill that Finn so that he can't do any trickery and get 3 heals for 9 health off that Finn. Now the question is, do I charge for pressure or do I taunt up? Though he does have the 3, so I think it's best to taunt with this. Alternative plays, I could taunt the 4/5 and not really do much. I think the best play is this and this guy into there. You can't knife this because of the taunt. He could sap it. That's another reason to play it as a 4/4, I suppose, to take away sap. But it's better he saps the 5 cost, I think. Looks like he doesn't have sap. Better if he did, it would be better he did it to this than one of my bigger minions, my 7 and 8 costs. And then the knife in to finish, I'm imagining. I'll probably end up doing this trade, another swipe. It means I could throw a swipe. Is it worth that? He's not going to have many minions very often. Next turn will be the Ancient of Law for the cards, almost definitely. Actually, I could coin that now. Maybe that would be a better play. Do the 4-1, because he's just going to dagger and trade if I don't put this into that. I think that's a better play. I'll coin out this for the card draw. Druid of the Claw, nice. Savage Draw, part of the combo, quite nice. And I'll trade him away, because otherwise he would be getting knifed, which isn't great. Or even shivved, which would be even worse. So he's going to knife up. Go for face, which is good, because it means he's planning on knifing up next turn. Which means he probably doesn't have a big, great play. It looks like he hasn't drawn into his gadget stand yet. So I think now's a good time to try and put some pressure on. So I think I'm going to play this guy as in the charge form, along with the Nerubian. Play him on this. Actually, I put him in the middle so I can choose to taunt up next turn. I'm going to put some pressure on. So we could Savage Roar next turn for the possible win. So he's going to have to deal with this in some way.
I wonder.
And there is the win. It's always unlucky for the Miracle when they don't draw the gadget stand, but that is what happens when you play Miracle. And we've gone up a star. Excellent. Oh, and 10 gold, that's good. Oh, and 40 gold, that's even better. I am saving up currently for the third win of Naxxramas. I haven't unlocked it yet. Getting there. Not 3/4, 2/3 the way there, so not bad. Let's go again, go for another one. I'll probably try and fit in 3 games, that seems about good for a video.
Malfurion versus Anduin.
A priest this time, interesting. I quite enjoy playing priest, it's a funny one. If you get the right cards it can be extremely good. The Khorne would be very good if I draw them a bit later on though. I don't really want a 6 cost in my opening hand. Let's see. This could be good, this could be very good. It's a shame we're not going second, so I can't coin out this guy. Ooh, and the taunt. So it's probably going to be a turn 2, a turn 3, a turn 4. I'm going to imagine. And again, them being 4/5s, 4 health is stereotypically very difficult for the priest to deal with. Since he has Shadowword Pain that destroys 3 or less. Ooh, a Lightwell. Don't see many people playing Lightwell, that's quite interesting. I also have the Defender of Argus, although I don't really want to buff these guys since they're already 5 costs. I think I just play another. I'll silence one, and then the next turn I might even taunt the 2 of them as well. So he's going to Thought Steal 2 of my cards, those 2. And the Ruby, now that is something I would like to Defender of Argus somewhere down the line, but for now, I think it's silence a minion. There's no real point going to face. I mean to Lightwell, since it's going to heal itself up, and next turn we can just do the 5. And this way we manage to get 1 damage. Not much, but it's something. Imagine he could be running... Ooh, Powered Shield. That makes it more difficult to deal with. Might end up swiping that now, since it is technically 2 cards. I'm gonna wonder if he's running the Divine Spirit in a fire combo. Since he has the Lightwell. So that's stereotypically something very good to make a very big creature out of. So it then also keeps healing itself while it's trading. Yep, there's the Divine Spirit. That's what I was expecting. So if he inner fires that, it will be very scary. I could Savage Roar, Should make that a 6 and that a 4. I could do 6, then hit this to kill it, and then hit that down, but then he would just heal himself. It's not great. Not great. Do 4, 5, 6, 7. Leaves me with 3. Play the Nerubian there. To then be Sun Furied at a later date. I'm worried about the possibility of Inner Fire. I think I should try and keep these for later on if this does become an issue and just kill this guy. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this guy. Play him here and use the Defender. I'll play him here and use the Sun Fury. I want to get the value out of this guy, so I'm going to play him on this side for the possible Sun Fury and the taunts to bring them into play. It's definitely a combo deck for those Inner Fire Divine Spirits. Right, now what can I do? I could swipe him. He'd be on 3, he'd be on 7. That and Hero Power and that need to be on 3. It's not great. Not great. If I defended, I'd have 5, 6, 7, 8. I could kill that if there wasn't the taunt. So that's a possibility for once this guy's dead. I think 4, 5, 6, 7 is probably going to be how I'm going to kill this guy. And then I can either Sun Fury. Actually, I can't even Azure Drake. It would be Sun Fury or Defender, and I don't want to Defender this guy. So it will be Sun Fury, hit, hit, hit. Now he could now kill this with a circle combo. I don't know if he would run that in this deck. I really don't know what kind of Finns he would run. Finns with a lot of health, I suppose. But it would also trigger this to come as a 4-4, which would again be very difficult for him to deal with. So I'm not too worried about that aspect. Going to avoid the Nerubian, of course. Heal up for the card draw. What's he on? 7. You couldn't actually just do a normal circle here, you would overdraw. Shadowwood Pain in a 2-3. Surprising, it's not much value, but Shadowwood Pain tends not to get a lot of value. So I can just trade those in to kill that. And then I'll probably go 5 and see what he's got. Harvest Golem is decent. So I'll trade those in and hit the face. So I've got a very scary board. The worry is the circle combo. Everything here would die to it apart from this, so I probably won't add anything extra onto this board for a while. If he doesn't have that combo, it will be pretty difficult for him to deal with though. Oh, and he's got that combo. Was it a top deck? It was a top deck. Ah, a shame. At least I do have the 4-4 though, it could be worse. So I'll be hero ability in that. Let's see. This is always going to happen. And then I guess I just play out the Harvest Golems and hit the face. You could Holy Smite this, but if I chose to buff it, then you could Shadow Word Death it. It is actually a possibility to try and play out the Shadow Word Death to allow things like my Ragnaros later on to survive it. But I don't think it's time for that quite yet, considering I don't have any big cards in my hand. Holy Nova and heal the face. Seems like it. So these are down to 2 1s. Wild Growth. So next turn I'll get that in as some card draw. Do I want a Defender of August this? It would put them onto 2. So they would still die to another Holy Nova. And come back as 2 1s. But it would also give me an extra 2 damage and a 2-3 on the board. And the taunts. Interesting. I think I will. Considering he just played one, he's gone through half his deck, there's a fair chance he shouldn't have the other, I'm going to say. Let's see. And here is the Ragnaros. Glad I buffed them now, it will help with killing them. It's not a great time to play Rag really, because 2 of my minions come back. I could force could I win with Force Savage? That would be 14 plus 2, 4, 7 is 21 plus 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that's me won. There you go. The joys of playing the Druid. And it's just a case of all the clicks now. And there we go. Well played. Thank God for top decks. Bonus stars, hooray. Let's do one more game, guys. One more.
Malfurion.
And is against another priest. Interesting. Not the same priest.
I must protect.
A lot of priests going around nowadays. What do I want to keep here? Do I want to keep anything here? Swipe could be good against a 4-3, but that's a very specific circumstance. I'm not going to keep anything there. I'm going to try and get some of my early game. That is not what I wanted as early game. Not great. Not great, guys. Sun Fury, that's better, but preferably have something to buff it with.
My greetings.
Do I play the Sun Fury as a 2-3? I'm not going to have anything else to play for a while, so I think I do. I think it's better than having an empty board, losing the value of the taunts. I do have another 3 taunters in here, or creatures that give taunt to other things, enablers for the egg, and for the Ancient Watcher even more. Is he going to coin out? Ooh, a Death Lord. One of the new cards from Nax. If I kill it, I get to summon something random from my deck, and my deck has a lot of late game, so that's typically quite good. So I'm probably just going to hit into it for the 2 health. It's not really too much of a worry. I imagine he will trade off and kill the 2-1. And probably heal up the Death Lord as well. So really I probably shouldn't have hit in, because he's a priest. That was very stupid of me. Not a good play. Oh well, what can you do? Next turn, I don't really have anything. This isn't a great hand. Turn 5, 6, 7. That's going to be pretty awesome. Oh, wow. I'm extremely surprised he chose not to kill this. I'm very interested in that. And I'm not going to make the same daft mistake again. I'm just going to keep the armor and keep the minion alive. So next turn will almost definitely be Azure Drake. Be good to get these big creatures out. And if he doesn't silence Cairn, it means I can definitely play my Ancient of War, because of course you would silence Cairn if you had a silence. This thing is getting huge. I'm worried that it's going to be interfired sometime soon. So let's start getting ourselves some big minions out. Swipe could be good to the 5 damage to bring this thing down a bit quicker. Though I can't see me having the mana to play it for a little bit. 12 health, jeez. What's he on? 9 cards. He's going to overdraw if he's not careful. Holy Smite and another. Oh no, he's going to trade in. And Circle. Draw another 2 cards. He's going through his deck a lot quicker than me. That's very scary. Gonna have to keep an eye on this. I could silence it down to just a 2/8, but then I lose the ability to steal a minion. Do I attack in? He'll have 10 cards if he's going to heal. I don't think I do. I don't think I do attack in. And the reason I put Khorne on this side was because if I want a Defender of Argus, I don't want to buff this, because I want to keep this at 4 health, so I want to buff these 2. So I didn't put it in the middle. Oh, he stole my egg. That's not very nice. I'll silence that at some point, but the minute I've got bigger issues, I could 4, 8... What's that? I could 4, 8, 10... Can't quite 12. And he didn't silence this, so I think I do just play this as the +5 and taunt, or as the 5 attack. If it had 5 health, he would just kill it, and it would be wouldn't be scary to him. But I am going to hit into that. Do I hit in with this? He would then heal it up to 8. If he didn't, he would heal up to 10. And then I would have to use the hero power, but that's alright. So I don't think I do attack in again. It's never good to give a priest such a good board, because he tends to win the game when you do that. I don't think this game's going to go as well as the last one did. Have the possibility for some swipe combos, maybe. So he has quite a big board. I would like a Starfall. I'd probably put one of those in the deck. Mainly for Zoo, but would also be interesting in a situation like this. He's going to Holy Fire, so it looks like he's going to trade into this, which is pretty good for me. That's a 3-for-1. Can never be too mad with a 3-for-1, and I'll be able to swipe, not kill that because I'm not going to play Azure Drake, and then trade this in. I think that's the best way to do it. See what we get. Come on, Ragnaros. Harvest Golem. That's a shame. Oh well. And I'm not going to be stupid enough. Do I silence that now? I think I do. Although playing this does play into the circle combo, which he probably does have. But if he did have an Arcanine, it would also play it on this, because it would then bring this guy out. So I think it is correct to silence. I'm going to choose to. Wild Pyro and Holy Nova, 3 damage across the board, and because this was played first, it also takes the extra damage, which is a shame. Though this is pretty nice for a swipe. Or would I rather just hero power? I think I would rather just hero power and play the Azure Drake, because I think if he had a circle combo, he probably would have used it. Or do I? Well, this will let me know for sure, at least. What do we draw? Ancient Watcher. I won't play that yet. Hit this in. Leave him with the 0-1. Don't think it's going to be much of an issue. Start going for face. How many cards does he have? 12, 15. So I'm kind of catching up, especially after the Nourish, I will.
Consider.
Fort Steel. There is a Rag in here, which is quite scary. Force of Nature. That is actually pretty good for him. You can use that to trade up a bit. Very interesting that he... Ooh, is he setting up for a Holy Nova? Has he suddenly realised that he should have been hitting the Azure Drake and not that? I'm very surprised he hit that and not that. Oh, and here is Rag. But I'm pretty sure he does have a Shadow Word Death in there. He's got 8 cards. And if I use Rag, I need to kill this guy. It might be better to save my Rag as a response to his Rag. I think that's what I'm going to do. Which means this turn will probably be Nourish and Druid of the Claw. I think that's right, yes. Sun Fury, Chill Wind, and another Druid of the Claw. So I could put out the Ancient Watcher and Sun Fury, though I would like to combo this and this at some point. Although I might want to save this for a Sylvanas, in which case that wouldn't be too bad. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I play one and then I can draw one and I'm up still fine. So I think it is okay to just play this. And I'm going to put it in bear form because I'm suspicious of him not having the Arcanine circle combo. I don't want to let him kill too many of my big creatures with that, so I'm going to buff it up with the extra 2 health and the taunt. Chillwind Yeti coming out.
Embrace the void.
Here's the Arcanine.
Shields up.
And a Sun Fury, so it's going to make me deal with the 0-1 at last. How do I want to do this? Swipe's 5, so I'll probably swipe this which will kill that, put that on 1 and put that on 3. Then I would hero power that. That leaves me on 4 mana. This is on 3. Or I could hit this in and hero power this. Leave that as a 2-1 alive. Either way, I'm left with 4 mana, which would be Yeti. This always happens. And the question is, do I want him to heal up or not? Not really, because I have quite a lot of face damage. So I'm going to kill this guy off, play the Yeti. And it doesn't matter where, really, because I wouldn't defend of any of these 4 costs. And then put him down to 4 health, and he can't heal up unless he has a way to kill that. So I'm pretty sure that is GG, guys. Managed to turn this game around quite well. I can't think of any way he could come back from this, since his heals will be dealing damage while the Okanai is out. Even if he did do something, we have things like Rag, Force Nature, this and Charge Form. We've got quite a few options to get a bit of burst on him. So even if he was able to kill this and heal up, should be alright. It's taking a long time, considering if he has any way to survive. Or possibly just going to make me wait. Oh, let's see what he's got in plan. Possibly a circle, put me down to 1 minion. Wouldn't be enough, but it would still be pretty good. Oh, of course he can trade that in. Ooh, what is he doing? Puts me down to 1. Still not enough, unfortunately. It does on face save him if none of these cards dealt damage, but of course we know that they do. So that would be the GG. Well played. So, thank you guys for watching. A few games with the Druid, still not in the highest rank, so not the best level of play, but we're getting there. And if this one hits 100 views, oh, some more gold, brilliant. If this one hits 100 views, I'll make another, and I think I'm just going to look at it that way on the Hearthstone series. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.